Hi everyone, my name is Katherine Hurley. I'm a developer programs engineer at Google, and in this session I'm going to show you how to create custom images for your Google Compute Engine instances. So when are custom images useful? I find them useful when I'm creating an application, and this application starts instances on demand. And all these instances, they all need the same packages and software installed on them. So I actually have two options for installing the necessary packages and software on my instances. I can use a startup script, and in the startup script to do an apt-get install to install the packages that my application needs. Or I can use the custom image. The benefit of using a custom image is that the boot time is a bit faster, since you don't have to wait for the package to install before the machine does its work. A custom image also gives you more control over the instance. When you use a startup script to apt-get install a package, there might be changes to that package from time to time. With a custom image, you know exactly what you're getting. Alright, so let's jump into a demo. In this demo, I'm going to show you how to start an instance, install some software on that instance, create an image of that instance, and finally start a new instance using that image. I switched over to my terminal now. I used the gsutil add instance command to start up a new instance called my instance, and notice how I add a service account scope flag with a value of storage full. This flag gives my instance full access to Google Cloud Storage, which will be important later when I transfer the image I create to cloud storage. Now at this point, I select a zone, a machine type, and Compute Engine will start up that instance. Now that the operation is done, I use gsutil list instances to list out my instances. I have one instance, my instance, with a status of staging. Once the instance is running, I can SSH into that machine. Looks like it's still staging. Let's try one more time. Alright, now that the instance is running, I SSH into the instance using gsutil SSH and provide the instance name. As you can see, this is a Linux machine called my instance. It is running Ubuntu 12.04, one of the default images in Compute Engine. Let's install OpenJDK on this instance because I want to create a custom image with Java available. I can then use this image when I start up other instances that also require Java installed. As you can see, it does take some time for OpenJDK to install on this instance. Imagine running this at the beginning of your startup script. It would take this long before the machine could do any real work. So this is a good reason to use custom images. Now that OpenJDK is installed on my instance, I can make other changes such as adding users or downloading files, and all of these changes would be available on my image. However, I just need Java installed, so I'm going to make the image now. To do so, I run the image bundle program stored on all Compute Engine instances. This command saves the image to the temp directory and saves the log output to a file named abc.log. Now that our image has been created, let's take a look at the output of the image bundle program. I'll cd to the temp directory, and here you can see the abc log file and the tar image file. The tar image file needs to be uploaded to Google Cloud Storage. Compute Engine loads the image from cloud storage during instance startup. Before uploading the file to cloud storage, I'm first going to create a bucket on cloud storage. And this is the part where my service account scope flag comes in handy. I don't need to authenticate to cloud storage. I can immediately start using the gsutil command. I run gsutil mb command to make the bucket, and I'm naming the bucket GCE Java image. Once the bucket is created, I copy the image to the bucket using the gsutil cp command. I'll give the image a name that's much easier to remember. Let's call it java.image.tar.gz. As you can see, the transfer speed is amazingly fast, and it completes in under a minute. I'm going to log out of my instance now. And I want to add my new image to the images available for my project. I use gsutil add image to do so. I provide a name for the image, I'll call it Java, and I specify its location on cloud storage. Once the operation is complete, I can use gsutil list images to see my list of images. I want to now use my new image when starting an instance and run a Java program on that instance. I have a short Hello World Java program that prints out Hello World. You can see it here. And the compiled Java code is on cloud storage. I also created a little startup script for my instance that downloads the compiled Java code from cloud storage and then runs the program. So let's fire up this new instance. I use the gsutil add instance command again. This time I specify some metadata, the startup script, the image, my Java image, and finally a service account scope, which gives this instance access to download my compiled Java Hello World code from cloud storage. I choose the zone and the machine type again, and Compute Engine starts up this instance. When the operation is complete, I list my instances, and you can see my new Java instance in the list, and it's staging. And I'll try to SSH into the machine. It looks like the instance is still in staging, so I'm going to try again. It looks like it's working this time. Now let's take a look at the startup logs of this instance. To do so, I print the tail of the google.log file in var/log directory. Here you can see that the Hello World class was downloaded from cloud storage and it was successfully run, displaying the message Hello World. If you're interested in learning more about Compute Engine images, I've provided the link here. And this was, of course, a very basic example of what you can do with custom images. There are so many more cool things that can be done, and I really look forward to seeing the awesome ideas that you come up with. Cheers!